Okay.
Right? Now, who requires rehabilitative care and management at your facility, right? And then you have mentioned he has been diagnosed with broken neck and fractured pelvis, and is ready to transfer. Now, this was the diagnosis. He was admitted with these specific symptoms: broken neck and fractured pelvis, as we can see here, right? But what was the probable diagnosis actually? It was probably permanent neurological damage because of the accident happened. Right? So this should be the purpose or patient's current condition, because of these reasons, right, he is affecting memory, speech, and mobility area. So in our introductory paragraph, we can write that he's exhibiting signs and symptoms consistent with permanent neurological damage. Now, we are not quite sure about this particular diagnosis. So that's why we say that he's exhibiting signs and symptoms consistent with. So we are not saying that he has permanent neurological damage, right?
Okay.
Now, this information can be given in the second paragraph, where you write Mr. Vaughan was admitted to the hospital on this date, right? And then you can mention that with broken neck and fractured pelvis, okay, following a car accident. Now, this can be mentioned in this manner. Okay, several investigations performed, then revealed the diagnosis. Okay, we can skip this part then. Okay, because if we have already mentioned it in the first paragraph, we can skip this part for probable permanent neurological. Now, probable permanent can be skipped, but we can see his neurological damage affecting memory, speech, and mobility. So this is fine to write. So in this way, you can mention in your second paragraph.
Okay.
This was nice. Like with, we can write on. Sorry. He has been initiated on physiotherapy, hydrotherapy, right? And so, yeah, I mean, you must have understood. He has bed sores due to prolonged. Now let's check it once again here. So it's given, I think, here. Sure, it should be bed sores, right? Yes.
Yes.
Due to prolonged bed rest, and now is improving gradually. This is fine. After mobility with the help of a wheelchair. Now it can be connected here. He attained a good progress. The way you have written. Now let's go to the next paragraph. So socially, Mr. Vaughan is a third-year student at Adelaide University. Now this is about social life, social part. So we can, in fact, we can mention this specific information like his parents are willing to care him after his discharge, and about his interests as well. So he's interested in activities like reading and writing. Now this is about the social paragraph. And then in the final paragraph or final requesting paragraph, we can request for all the specific parts, right? Okay. So here we can mention, so this would be like, first you write introductory paragraph, then secondly, you write about his initial visit or he presented on that day or admitted on that day, then about his social life, social paragraph, and then about final requesting paragraph. Okay. Okay. So this should be separate from other parts, and we can mention these things, in your social paragraph. Here we can mention about what all we require. So encourage him to involve in activities like reading. Okay, if we don't write reading and writing here, still it's fine because if we have already mentioned it in the previous paragraph, so we can say
yes.
encourage him, kindly encourage him to involve in activities to resolve his depression or to reduce his depression.
Okay.
Uh, Next, so his further studies externally as well as give choices to mingle with community. Okay, so there are some words, we need to use it very carefully, right? We should avoid this. Instead of that, we can even write like you see in the sample letter that we have written here, right? We can write like,
Engaging.
yeah, encourage him to engage with people of his own age group and interested activities to reduce depression. He needs
Okay.
your guidance to make arrangements for continuing his education external. Now, this is a way concisely we can mention, the specific part here. In light of the above, it would be greatly beneficial if you continue his care at your center. Now, this is like similar line. So instead of this, we can make it a final paragraph, like the whole thing written
Together.
right. So the way we can mention here, like given the above, so we can mention everything in the final request paragraph. Means final requests
Okay.
of our writing, right? And yes, I think this is fine. The way you have written was fine. There were a few things we need to make changes. Yes. What's your uh, I mean, questions or concerns? Tell me.
In this letter, I don't have anything.
Okay, that's good.
Actually, I was writing with if more information in the last paragraph means the discharge plan. Some plan means I will separate into two. So that's why I wrote two paragraph upon discharge and in the above.
Okay, fine. Now, this is another way of writing. So you can try to follow this. Like we can put his social information in one paragraph, right? About his activities,
Okay.
interests, about his parents, his student, And then in the final requesting paragraph, you can mention all the requests.
Okay.
This is another way of writing, of course. This is fine. Fine. Okay, so you told me that you had some queries. Yes.
Sir, if we have more plan in the discharge, means we need to cut half, or we can write it together. It will become large paragraph.
Yes. If you have a lot of requests, right, and of course you cannot mention everything in the final paragraph, requesting paragraph, then how can you write? You can write about, suppose, I give an example. So suppose if you're writing about his mobility, right, and there is a special request that they need to take care for maybe a wheelie walker or maybe some other helps related to his mobility or to improve his mobility. If we have special requests for that, then we can mention our requests at this point, right? After this information,
the same paragraph.
after this information in the same paragraph, you can mention the requests,
Okay.
right?